Hello everyone, welcome to Christians Unite Bible Readings. Our topic today is about teenagers. The teenage years can be difficult and lonely as most teens struggle to fit in and take on new responsibilities. Media and peers both constantly bombard youth with messages that are never good enough and will never measure up. Teenagers are hopeless and lonely. Not all of them, but a lot of them face these kind of issues. Teens can use a lot of encouragement and love from us as parents and youth pastors and just friends in general. So these Bible verses are going to teach us some things that we can use to help uplift teenagers and set them on the right path. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13 says, "No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind, and God is faithful. He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so that you can endure it." So even as a teenager or someone that's young, temptation does come, but there's a way out for everyone. And teenagers face a lot of peer pressure, probably more than adults do. But God always will give a way out. 1 Timothy 4:12 says, "Do not let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech and conduct and love and faith and in purity." I really like this verse just because the teenagers are actually the future generation, and they have a lot to say. So we can't actually leave them aside and not take what they say seriously. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you or forsake you." Even as a teenager, you don't have to worry because God is with you. So when you're in high school or junior high or elementary school, God's always going to be there with you in the hallways, when you're at your locker, or when you're in the lunchroom with your friends or in your classes. Ephesians 4:29 says, "Do not let any unwholesome talk come out of your mouths, but only what is helpful for building up or according to their needs, that it may benefit those who listen." So I know back when I was in junior high and high school, a lot of the people that are in public schools and even Christian schools, sadly, they use a lot of foul language. So when you're in school as a teenager, I recommend that you try to keep your mouth wholesome. So I'm talking about profanity. Don't swear in school just because everyone else is doing it. It's something that you should try to set yourself apart in your school and be an example. Exodus 20:12 says, "Honor your father and your mother so that you may live long in the land of the Lord your God is giving you." So obviously this is something you probably have heard a lot. Your parents raise you, they do what's best for you. I mean, they're not perfect, but they're doing all they can to raise you in a Christian and godly home. So take their words and apply them to your life and respect them as well. Galatians 6 verse 9 says, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." So as a teenager, it might be hard to do the right thing or the good thing, but don't give up. You can do it. Psalms 119 verse 9 says, "How can a young person stay on the path of purity? By living according to your word." So if you just follow God's word and you take what it says to heart, you too can stay on a good path. Proverbs 1 verse 8 and 9 says, "Listen, my son, to your father's instructions, and do not forsake your mother's teachings. They are a garland to your grace, your head and chain to adorn your neck." So again, it goes back to parents. God is very clear to obey your parents and listen to what they teach you because they're just trying to help. Isaiah 40:29 through 31. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. Even youths grow tired and weary, and young men stumble and fall. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. So we all get tired. We all sometimes have points in our lives where our faith seems to be weak. But don't give up, because God is right there with you to renew your strength. Ephesians 6, verse 1 through 3, and this is the last verse. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that if you go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on earth. So, it shows in the Bible to obey your parents. We all struggled with this, all of us adults. We did. We actually struggled with these issues and had a hard time obeying our parents. But it is possible, so give them all your respect. Thank you for listening today. My name is Sean Bratcher. You have a great week.